Okay, good evening and good morning, good afternoon. So good day to everyone. Let's start our fourth session of the global online course, Positive Psychology. I hope everyone can see the screen, right? So today we're going to basically talk about two things. First, what is positive emotion and what they are for? Why do we need a positive emotion? And secondly, of course, how to get them. We will talk about three exercises and we will do them actually. So first of all, uh, why do we need positive emotions? Let's do an exercise. So here was a study. It's on nuns from the same sisterhood, which means they're from the same, it's actually Catholic religious congregation. So here are two nuns. Let's call them nun A and nun B. So basically they live together. They have the same lifestyle, right? The same sisterhood. They eat the same diet, and their medical condition and everything is the same. But they have a little bit difference here. So the researchers looked at the autobiography they wrote, and they found some differences. So let's read Nun A's part of her autobiography. And she wrote, God started my life off well by bestowing upon me a grace of inestimable value. The past year, which I have spent as a candidate studying at Notre Dame College, has been a very happy one. Now I look forward with eager joy to receiving the holy habit of Our Lady into a life of union with love divine. And non B, um, sorry, let me move the window. Okay. She wrote, I was born on September 26, 1909, the eldest of seven children, five girls and two boys. My candidate year was spent in the mother house, teaching chemistry and the second year Latin at Notre Dame Institute. With God's grace, I intend to do my best for our order, for the spread of religion, and for my personal sanctification. Okay, so question is, whom do you think lived longer? You guys can post your guess or answer in the chat area so that we can see. A or B, do you think lived longer? In the chat area, please. Anyone there? Oh, I think people posted on. Oh, the chat is disabled. Okay, so can we enable the chat, please? Let me talk to the TA. Let me see. It's disabled. Oh, too bad. Let me talk to them. Can we? Oh, okay, it's on. Okay, sorry about this tech problem. Because in the beginning we didn't want people to put too much things in the chat area, so that's why it was disabled. Yeah, of course. Yeah, most people said A. I can see it's yeah, and you guys are right. So actually, A, non-A lived 98 years old and non-B lived only 59 years old. And these are not just two examples. These are actually examples of a study. And that study was on 180 nuns in that Catholic religious congregation. And as we can see represented in this chart, the yellow or orange bar are the nuns who have higher positive emotions. And how can they figure out? They looked at the autobiograph, and if we look at them, nun A had a lot of positive words like well, value, happy, look forward, eager, joy, right, in her writings. And nun B had barely no positive emotion words in her autobiography. So the researchers actually just coded their autobiography and then assigned values of positive emotions to these nouns. And they were categorized into two groups. One is the orange bar. That means nouns with high positive emotions. And the other one was the blue bar. That means the nouns with low positive emotions. And as we can see, actually, there's a stark difference between these two groups. Considering their age, their longevity. And as we can see, more than 80%, almost 90% of the nouns who are happy, who had high positive emotions, lived up to 85 years old, and only less than 40%, 35 something, of the less happy, unhappy nuns lived to 85 years old. And more than 50% of these happy nuns lived to 94 years old, and about only 10% of the unhappy nuns lived up to 94 years old. So the difference is huge. And that's, that's the relationship between positive emotion and health. Positive emotion can predict how long you live. And also, this is just one of the examples of the benefit of positive emotion. And in this course, we're going to introduce you the broaden and build theory of positive emotions proposed by Professor Barbara Fredrickson. And she's the leading expert of positive emotion in the world. And she proposed that positive emotion is not just something that makes us happy. Yes, of course, it makes us happy, makes us feel high, but it also broadens our cognition and mind and builds positive psychological and physical and mental resources for us. So basically, it makes us more creative, more healthy, and more successful. So that's the key point of positive emotion. It's not just a feeling happy thing. It's making us smarter and making us more wealthy, because it makes us more creative and working more hard. And it broadens our cognition and mind so that we can think with a better precision and creativity. So here are some examples of research that support her claims. And let's still start with health. We already saw that example, right? So when when we looked at the nuns' autobiographies, we can see that the nuns with positive emotion lived longer. But not only that, there was also one bold study done by Cohen and etc. from Carnegie Mellon University. And they tested how people reacted to the cold virus. And we know that we're in the post-pandemic era, right? So we are all very afraid of virus. We try to avoid the virus. But in this study, they recruited 334 adults and exposed them to the virus. How did they expose? They dropped the virus into the participants' nose so that they made sure that this virus will come to your body. And did everyone got cold? No, actually didn't. Only 33%, about 1/3 of the people with low positive emotions, those people who are less cheerful, got caught cold. But if we look at the people with high positive emotion who are happy, it's only about 16%. So only half of those people, half of the happier people got cold. So that means if you're happy, you're unlikely to get cold. And of course, this was a study done long time ago, like 2003, and we didn't see similar studies for COVID-19 virus yet. But we have a strong belief that this would be the same case for COVID-19 virus, which means if you are happier, it's relatively unlikely for you to catch the virus and get the symptom. So that's why we should actually keep us even happier in the time of pandemic, not more miserable or less cheerful, because it broadens and builds our physiology resources so that we can fight the virus and keep us healthy. And Cohen and his colleagues actually continued to did more meta-analysis and found that positive emotions are related to more health indicators. For example, happier people will have less disease symptoms and pain, and also they have lower risks of stroke, and that's for elder people. So if nowadays we often have older people stay at home alone, and that's very dangerous. If they got stroke, no one can find it, and they could face death. However, if this elder is happier, then the risk is lower. And also, it's happier people got lower relapse of coronary heart disease, which means if you had this heart disease before, it's unlikely for you to get readmitted to hospital. And it's easier for the labor of pregnant women. Happier women actually give birth to children easier. But here is one important but. However, it's only good for diseases that are still hoped for to be cured. For example, early stage cancer and coronary heart disease. So if you are happy, you have more resources, and you are more willing to cope with the doctor, and your disease is more likely to be cured. However, research also found that positive emotion is bad for serious diseases, for example, late-stage cancers, probably due to over-optimism, which means, okay, happier people actually kind of ignore risks. Because if you are happy, if you have a lot of positive emotion, you think the environment is safe, you are trying to explore, you are trying to take advantage of your environment, versus, oh, I see the risk, right? Because risk brings negative emotion. So they would be too optimistic, and that's not good for serious disease. So please don't say that, okay, you just need to be the happier, the better, right? Or positive emotion is good. It can help you cure any disease. No, it's not. It's only good for the diseases that are not so serious. But if you have very big problems, you still need to pay full attention to it. Okay, so this is health. And secondly, creativity. And let's do a small experiment to test the effect of creativity on of positive emotion on creativity. Now, please look at your first name. If it has odd number of letters, for example, David or Xiaomei, I just made it up, or my name, Yukun, Y-U-K-U-N, is 5 numbers, right? Then you do the first exercise. Think about one thing that makes you nervous, afraid, or anxious recently, and imagine what would happen if the worst scenario becomes true. Try to imagine as much details as possible. And for the other group of people whose first name has even numbers of letters, for example, Mary or Xiaohong, it's even numbers of letters. Then think about one thing that you're looking forward to or dreaming about recently, which means good things. And imagine what would happen if the best scenarios come true, and try to imagine as much details as possible. All right, I'll give you 3 minutes to do this exercise. Just imagine this thing, if it happens, it's gonna be like. Okay. Now, I think you've done the imagination part. Let's do another creative task, which is to look at this empty can of Coca-Cola, and please think about new ways to use this empty can. Besides it can hold Coke, what else can it be used for? Just write them down, and you have 3 minutes. So please take a pen and a piece of paper and write down what new methods you can use this empty Coke can for. You have 3 minutes again. You don't have to say it in the chat. I saw people are posting there. No, just write down. Keep it for yourself. Again, you don't need to post it out. Just write it down on your own piece of paper. And write as many as you can. Okay, time is up. Now, please count how many ways did you find? How many new methods did you find you can use for this empty Coke can? And for those people who are in the odd number groups, which means your first name had odd numbers of letters, and which means you just had the negative emotion exercise, please write in the chat area how many ways you found. Okay, 9, 2, 3, 7, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1, 3. Okay, 5, 5, 6, 2, 5, 4, 1, 1, 4, 2, 5. Okay. 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, 7. Okay, 4. All right. So now for the people who are in the even number group, if your first name had even numbers of letters and you just imagined positive emotions, please write down how many, please in the chat area, post how many new methods you found. 7, 6, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, kind of limitless. Okay, I think Shimmer just wrote too many. 3, 4? Okay, I guess some of you probably already wrote it in the first group. But from what I just saw, this group was slightly more than that group. That group, the average number is probably between 3 and 4. And here it's kind of like slightly more than 4. So this is actually an experiment that positive emotion can make people more creative. And this is not just an experiment on you guys. It's done by many researchers, and it has been replicated many times that if we induced positive emotions in you, you can become more creative and you can think of many new ways to do a traditional thing. For example, what can I do with this empty can? And Teresa Amabile from Harvard University actually published a paper in 2010 and found that creative people are actually happier than average. She interviewed many people with great creativity, for example, Nobel Prize winner or some great scientists, artists, and found that there was at least one pleasant event on the day before their major breakthrough, discovery, or creation. So that means it was usually the positive emotion that brought you to become more creative rather than negative emotion. And on the contrary, stress, unemployment, and competition actually decrease creativity. And positive emotion, why can it enhance our creativity? Because it enhances the intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation means you like the thing by its own value. For example, when we see kids play, right? That's intrinsic motivation. Nobody asked them to play, but they just enjoy it. And when you do something you like, you play basketball, you play chess, you play video games, you play cards, right? This is also play. And these are intrinsic motivation. Or some people, for example, I like writing. Writing brings me intrinsic enjoyment. I do it for writing itself, for the sake itself. So because I have a lot of positive emotion in it, and I become very, I have to say, I guess I'm pretty creative in writing, and I enjoy it because that's a lot of positive emotion. So that's her findings. And some researchers did research on the relationship between positive emotion and creative problem solving. For example, one of the tests they used is remote associates test. This test presents you 3 different words. And if you look at it, it seems there's no relationship between these 3 words: cream, skate, water, for example. But actually, there is one word that can be linked to each of these 3 words. And what is it? Can anyone guess? Okay, someone said winter. Yeah, actually, Camilla got it correct. Ice. It's ice cream, ice skate, and ice water. Correct. Okay, so let's do this exercise and remember what group you were in. Were you in the negative emotion group or positive emotion group? And see whether you are doing better than you thought, or not as good as you thought. Okay, night, wrist, and stop. So what do you think? Good. Well, what's good? Yes, watch. Okay. Le Yue Shan and Camilla and Shadab. Yeah, you got it correct. Okay, and now show, life, row. What do you think? Which word can connect these 3 words? Boat. Wow, Camilla, you are an expert in this test. Worm, shelf, and book. Yes. Shut up and 何思露娜 and 富莎莎. Yeah, got it correct. And this one is a little bit more difficult. High, district, and house. Building? No. And building doesn't seem to be, because building cannot connect to house, right? City. High city? City high? City district? City villa? No. Heating? No. Light? Okay. Energy? No. Home? Mountain? Block? Area? Mountain? No. District? Mountain? Mountain district? Mountain house? Yeah, mountain. Mountain makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, mountain district, if you can say that. Okay, so the answer is the answer they provided is actually school and court. So high school, school district, schoolhouse, or high court, court district, courthouse. Okay, so this is just some fun examples. Okay, the last one, sense. This one is actually easier. Sense, courtesy, and place. Or someone say it's more difficult, but it's kind of, yeah, common. You're right. Okay, good. So yeah, I hope those people who did it better than you expected was from the positive emotion group, so that because it opened your mind. Because when we are in the positive emotion mood, we feel the environment is safe. How do we feel positive emotion? That's because something good happened, right? And when good things happen, you are safe. There are opportunities waiting for you to explore. So that opens our mind. That's what broaden and build theory means. It broadens your cognition. So you are more likely to think kind of diversely. You are in the divergent thinking mode. But if you are in negative emotion, you are in a convergent thinking mode. So you are trying to narrow down your mind and solve this problem. But the positive emotion make you open up, and you are more willing to embrace uncertainty and explore the unknown. So that's why positive emotion can bring us more creativity. And the research by Eisen and his colleagues did find that positive emotion facilitates the RAT, remote associate test performance. So if I give you some, for example, candy, you will be happier, and then your remote associate test performance will be better. Okay, and not only the creativity, but also critical thinking, and I mean the cognitive and executive ability actually increase too with positive emotion. So this is a research and experiment done by Eisen and his colleagues. He assigned 44 doctors into 3 groups randomly. And in group 1, he gave each doctor a bag of candy, which, brought them positive emotions. The second group, they read a positive report of the hospital industry. So, okay, so it's positive emotion, but not that much. And group 3 is control. They do nothing. They didn't get anything. So, and they made the doctors diagnose a very complicated case. And which group do you think got the most accurate diagnosis? It's group 1. They got the answer most correctly. So we know that actually, at least in China, there are some people called the Yinao. And believe me, I tried to Google the English translation of this word and found that they said the English translation is Yinao, because this is kind of specific in China. But basically, they said those are people, literally means hospital troublemaker, let's say. So basically, they when they don't get treatment or diagnosis that they are satisfied with, they would make trouble for the doctors and the hospital until they become satisfied with the solution provided by the hospital. And this this is actually very irrational, and I would say unwise, because those people would imagine, okay, if I make trouble, then the doctors will treat me better. But no, if doctors are under stress, they actually make worse diagnosis. So instead of making trouble, you should give them bag of candy and bring them, some. We cannot give them presents or money, obviously, but make them happy. Give them small presents, right? Handwriting cards, like thank you. That will make them much happier, and that's very meaningful to their career too, which means they will become happier in the day after, and also make more accurate diagnosis to other people. So do not make trouble for the doctors. Instead, please bring positive emotion, bring happiness, bring pleasure to the doctors. So this is doctors, and also students, same thing. Students, if they have higher positive emotions, they perform better in standardized tests. So that's another piece of advice I would give to you if you have kids at home. Do not stress them on the night before the exam. I saw too many examples like this. Oh, tomorrow is the big exam. You got to be serious. You got to study very hard. And the parents often pick up on their kids. Hey, tomorrow is the exam. Why are you still so happy? You should be seriously learning. This is wrong. You should give more positive emotions to them. You should just chat with them and make them happy. Actually, one of my colleagues even go to the extreme, like he always drops a 5 yuan, $5 bill in front of his door when his son goes out for school, if there's an exam today, so that, when his son picks up the money, he would be very happy, and then he would do better in the exam. I'm not sure how long this way could work, because I guess next time he has to drop $10 and next time $100. So I'm not suggesting you to follow this, but at least don't give them too much pressure so that they go to the exam with negative emotion. Negative emotion actually will not help them perform better. So what I do actually is simpler. I'm just more kind than usual on the morning and the evening before the exam, so that my son would bring happiness to the exam, and hopefully he will perform better. And secondly, the managers with positive emotions also make better decisions and have better interpersonal relationships, because if they're happy, then people are attracted to them, and when they're happy, they have higher ability of cognition and make decisions. So that's why they are more successful. And this is the research I introduced to you 2 weeks ago on the session on happiness. It's done by Dr. Happiness, Ed Diener, and his colleagues. And if you remember, so students with higher positive emotion, when they were college freshmen, will make more money 19 years later, because positive emotion can bring success. And also a meta-analysis of 225 studies, so that's a lot of people, found that employees with more positive emotions would be more successful than the neutral and stressed employees. Their productivity is 31% higher, sales is 37% higher, their creativity is 3 times higher, and for doctors, they are 19% quicker to make accurate, correct diagnosis. So, it's not just as people imagined. Okay, if I got a lot of money, if I'm successful, then I'm happy, then I have positive emotions. It's of course, that's correct. That's one direction, but the other direction works too. So if you have more positive emotion, that will also bring you more success. That will bring you more money. So don't just wait until you are rich to be happy. Be happy now so that you can be rich. So this is always a bi-directional process. If you have positive emotion, you will broaden and build your resources, both cognitive resource and psychological resource, and actually physiological resources, so that you will become more successful, more healthy, and more creative. So this is the benefit of positive emotions. But how can we get these positive emotions? Okay, so here are some methods I recommended to you. First is when positive emotions come, enjoy it. For example, you savor it. And secondly, when there is no positive emotions, that's not because you don't have good things happen in your life, but because good things happen in your life, but you didn't catch them. So you need to find the positive emotions. You need to take advantage of positive emotions in your life. So that is 3 good things that we already did 2 weeks ago, but I will introduce you to another exercise, meditation. And also, if there's just no good things, no positive emotions, what can we do? You can create new positive emotions. So for example, gratitude exercise, that's what we're going to do today, and also physical exercise. This is extremely important, but we're not going to cover it today. I'm just telling you, just do as much physical exercise as you can. It brings you not only positive emotion, but also it will make you smarter, and it will make you happier. Okay, so first, exercise, savoring. What is savoring? Savor, typically it comes from food, right? So like the lady in this picture, she's savoring a cup of coffee, I assume. And look at how she savors. She closed her eyes, right? And she put all her attention to that coffee, and she's smelling it. She's not just drinking it, she smells it first, and then we would imagine she would drink it slowly, right? So let's do a savoring exercise just like her. And TA asked you guys to bring a piece of your favorite snack to the class, right? So now please get your snack, but don't eat it yet, and don't even smell it. First is look. So pick up the snack. For example, my snack is a cashew. A piece of cashew is pretty small, but observe it as if you were an alien. You never saw this thing before. Just look at it with a sense of wonder. Wow, did you actually even realize the small textures on it before? This is very amazing. Think about how this thing evolved out or created by God, and look at the color, size, shape, everything of it. Just look. This is not just a food. This is some creation, right? It's wonder. And then now smell it. Put it onto your nose. Smell it. Feel the smell. And then close your eyes and put it in your mouth, but don't chew it yet. Feel it with your tongue. Is it salty or sour or sweet? And now chew it. A bite. Take a small bite. Just a small bite, and feel it. Okay, now you can chew it slowly. And swallow it when you feel appropriate. And feel how it enters your stomach slowly. So this is savoring, right? This is a snack you like. So enjoy it. You enjoy eating it. But typically, for example, I often, just work and take one nut, another nut, and then just, read when I'm reading or working. So I'm not really enjoying the positive emotion that it could have brought to me. And that means I wasted a lot of positive emotions, which could have made me, more broadened and built, which could have made me smarter and happier. So slow down. This is also called mindful eating. So pay more attention to things you like And it's not just on food, it's on everything. For example, on the book that Barbara Fredrickson wrote, it's called Positivity. She gave an example of how her students sever positive emotions. So she had a student who used to call her parents, which she loved. She actually liked calling her parents, talked to her parents, but she typically calling her parents and multitasking. For example, she would call her parents when she was working, and or she was reading something, or when she was cooking, or when she was walking, etc. So she didn't really get much positive emotion from the calls. After she attended Barbara Fredrickson's course, she realized, oh, I need to sever my positive emotion. So next time she find a room, close the door, and sit down and call her parents, doing nothing but pay attention to the positive emotion of calling her parents. This is severing, because we know when you sever food, what do you do first? You close your eyes, right? Why do we need to close eyes? Because most of our senses are coming from eyes, but we need our tongue, our mouth, our nose to feel the food. So you need to shut down all the other sensations, and severing positive emotions the same. You shut down all the other channels of sensations and pay full attention to the thing that is bringing you positive emotion now. And so just like severing, close your eyes, pay attention to the good things. And secondly, you can keep souvenir. So that not only now you can enjoy the positive emotion, you can also enjoy the positive emotion in the future. For example, these are the plastic seeds. So that means the plastic module. So that, for example, when you have new kids, you can print their hand and foot on these plastic seeds, so that in the future you can still see them, and immediately you remember the joy you had when you had this kid. And of course, today it's much easier to keep souvenir. When you go out for a trip, you bring back shells or rocks, or you just take pictures, right? That's souvenirs too. When you look at the pictures that brought those positive emotions back, and you can savor it in the future. And self-celebration, which means when good things happen, when positive emotions come, many people also get a sense of doubt, self-doubt. They were like, hey, how can good things happen to me? I don't deserve that. Something must be wrong. I must be just lucky. Next time, good things will not happen to me. And then how can you enjoy a positive emotion? So the third skill of severing is to celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself, and appreciate yourself. So you are fully deserving this positive emotion and good things because you are valuable, because you are good, because you are nice. That's why you got this positive emotion. Don't self-doubt too much. Just accept the good things that's happening to you. And fourth, share with other people, because when you share with other people, that's another source of positive emotion. We all heard this saying, if you have one apple, I have an apple, we exchange, each of us will have one apple. And if you have a story, I have a story, we exchange, each of us has two stories. But if you have a good thing and I have a good thing, then we exchange. What's going to happen? You will have three good things, right? My good thing is good. When I hear good news from a good friend, I'm happy again. And the third thing is when we exchange the positive emotion, this is a positive emotion event itself, right? That makes you happy too. So share with your good friends or, significant others. Anyway, share with other people the good things, then you will have more positive emotions. So this is the key of severing good emotions, positive emotions. This is number one, enjoy your positive emotion. And Number two, find the positive emotions. Actually, there are lots of good things that's happening around us. That's why we did the three good thing intervention. There's another intervention, meditation. Meditation is to consciously direct your attention to something. For example, to the good things, to love and kindness around you. And there's numerous research showing that meditation would make you happier, more relaxed. It will improve your immune system, makes you happier, healthier, and you will be better coping with the stress. And you will also have better cognition, for example, increased memory, intelligence, academic performance, and learning capacity. Anyway, there's numerous replicatable research on the benefits of meditation, and we don't need to just repeat those things. And also higher creativity, better interpersonal relationships. Okay, so the key thing here is actually I will introduce to you one type of meditation. It's called love and kindness meditation. So Barbara Fredrickson did an experiment, and as we can see, those lines, the dotted lines are is the control group, and the connected line is the meditation group. As we can see, the positive emotion of the experiment group, of the meditation group, increased significantly, but there's almost no change in the control group. So that means meditation, especially the one she did, a love kindness meditation, can increase our positive emotion. So now let's do an exercise of love and kindness meditation. And it's very simple. So actually, after this class, you may be able to do it by yourself at home. So now please sit comfortably. Take a gesture that you feel comfortable with your back straight. So you can put your feet or hands wherever you want, but your back should be straight. And close your eyes, please. And now take 5 deep breaths. Okay, now keep your eyes closed and think of a person that's close to you who loves you very much. And this person should be still alive. It could be a relative, your parent, your family member, or teacher, or your significant other, any person you think and you know that loves you very much. Imagine that person standing on your right side, and then sending you their love. So this person is sending you his or her love, and she or he is sending you wishes for your safety, for your well-being and happiness. Feel the warm wishes and love coming from that person toward you. Now bring to mind the same person or another person who cherishes you deeply. Imagine that person standing on your left side, sending you wishes for your wellness, for your health and happiness. Feel the kindness and warmth coming to you from that person. Now imagine you're surrounded on all sides by all the people who love you and have loved you. Picture all of them sending you their happiness, their wishes for your happiness, well-being, and health. Bask in the warm wishes and love coming from all sides. You are filled and overflowing with warmth and love. And now you've received lots of love from other people. Now you can send love to them. bring your awareness back to the person standing on your right side, the first person. Begin to send the love that you feel back to that person. You and that person are similar. Just like you, this person wishes to be happy. Send all your love and warm wishes to that person. And you may repeat the following phrases silently in your heart. May you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. And again, may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. And lastly, may you live with ease. May you be happy. May you be free from pain. Now focus your awareness on the person standing on your left side. Begin to direct the love within you to that person. Send all your love and warmth to that person. That person and you are similar. Just like you, that person wishes to have a good life. Repeat the following phrases silently in your heart. Just as I wish to, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you live with ease and happiness. Now picture another person that you love, perhaps a relative or a friend. That person, like you, wishes to have a happy life. Send warm wishes to that person. So repeat the following phrases silently in your heart. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. May your life be filled with happiness, health, and well-being. Okay, now we can send more love and kindness to neutral people. Think of an acquaintance, someone you don't know very well, and toward whom you do not have any particular feeling. You and this person are alike in your wish to have a good life. Send all your wishes for well-being to that person. Repeat the following phrases silently in your heart. Just as I wish to, may you also live with ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you also live in ease and happiness. Just as I wish to, may you also live with ease and happiness. Now, bring to mind another acquaintance toward whom you feel neutral. It could be a neighbor or a colleague or someone else you see around but don't know very well. Like you, this person wishes to experience joy and well-being in their life. Send all your good wishes to that person. Repeat the following phrases silently in your heart. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all pain. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from all pain. And now expand your awareness and picture the whole globe, the whole world in front of you as a little ball. So looking at the earth, send warm wishes to all living beings on the world who, like you, want to be happy. Repeat these phrases silently in your heart. Just as I wish to, may you live with ease, happiness, and good health, just as I wish too. May you live with ease, happiness, and good health, just as I wish too. May you live with ease, happiness, and good health. Okay, now take a deep breath in and breath out. Another deep breath in and out. Notice the state of your mind and how you feel after this meditation. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. Okay. Nice to see you again. I hope you feel more calm and actually filled with more love and kindness in your heart, which means you are happier. And this would be a perfect state to bring us to the last exercise of today, which is to create positive emotions. Meditation is to make you pay attention to positive things you already have in the world, but you can also create more positive emotions in your life. For example, gratitude. So this is an intervention invented by Marty Seligman, and it's very simple. Just think about a person to whom you always want to thank, and write a letter to that person. And this is not just a thank you note. You have to list reasons, stories, or memories that you want to thank he or her for, and how you felt at that time, and thank that person. This is not easy, actually, because you need to make an appointment with this person and read this letter to this person. And gee, this is tough. Let me confess, I have to make a confession here. I could not even do it. So when I was asked to do it, I couldn't. I wrote a letter to my wife. At that time, we lived in the United States, and our parents were not with us. And so I wrote a letter to her, and to thank her for everything she did for me. And I didn't even have the courage to read a letter to her in face, because you have to bring handkerchief or a lot of tissues with you, because both of you will cry, right? So what I did was actually I dropped the letter in the mailbox and asked her to open the mailbox that day. She was surprised because usually it's me in the house to open the mailbox. But okay, she's a good wife. So she went there and she opened the mailbox and found the letter. And she came back 20 minutes later. So, and when she went back, her eyes were red because she cried. Okay, so that's the power of gratitude letter. But I have to admit, I have to confess that I didn't do it as authentic as Marty Seligman prescribed. So I did have positive emotions, but not as strong as it should be. But well, I'm a Chinese, so let's put a label on myself. I just couldn't do it because we are more kind of shy person. So in China, when I recommend this intervention to people, I would say, yeah, the best way is to make an appointment with this person, and don't let this person know in advance. You just approach this person and read this letter to her or him. This would be remarkable. This would be a very strong intervention. But if you cannot do it, that's fine. Read it to her or him through phone call or video chat. That's good too. Or if you cannot do that, you just, like me, handwrite the letter and mail it to this person. That's, to me, I think that's fine. But of course, we don't have time to do the whole thing today. So what I will ask you to do is called gratitude message. So think of this person to whom you always want to thank, and please write a message, a WeChat message, or just a text message from your phone, and to this person. Don't just say thank you, I love you. That's too simple. You have to at least list one reason that you want to thank this person for, and then send it to this person right now. After you're done, of course, not right now, but after you're done. So please do it. Let's have 3 minutes to do it. And if you think that this person would be scared, because sometimes when you do this, people will like, wow, please don't kill yourself, right? Because a lot of parents would be scared. Just tell this person that it's required by your positive psychology teacher. But if you think it's okay, you don't need to tell them that. Okay, let's have 3 minutes to do this exercise.